my powerful people. Today's message is heavy. You know who I am, Renata, your friendly and resourceful PharmD. I'm tired, y'all. I am tired. I am tired of all that people have to say, all that is going on, all these sides of things, all of everybody saying one thing and saying this is best and that is best and I know what's best for you. I am tired of it. I am to my breaking point. This cannot keep going on if we want to go further, if we want to grow further, if we want to get out of this pandemic, if we want to get out of any of this. This and the way we've been doing stuff is not going to work for any of us. And excuse me if I get into some language, if I get loud, I am naturally loud. So as I get passionate, you will see more loudness. And yeah, I may cuss a little bit. And if I offend you, maybe you need to check your offense. Because this is real and I'm getting down to the root. At this point, we are so deep in something that we shouldn't even be deep in. We are to a point that we should not have been at. I thought we had progressed past this moment to see the people that we are and to give the compassion, understanding, and seeing a full picture for what it is. But we have gotten lost in propaganda, media, what other people say. We have gotten lost in all that is going on right now. I know this is tough. I know this is hard for everybody. This is something different that many of our generation and those before us have never been through. There's very few that have been through the Spanish flu that are still alive. This is something different that we have never experienced, that we don't know how to experience, that we have been so comfortable in our lives that it is so hard to deal with, go through, and get through this. And I get it. It is not easy for anybody. But we also need to be objective, open, and actually listen and actually see past one side. And right now, what we are seeing is one side. Especially in our country, we're seeing one side of things. Let's be real, we are seeing one side of things. This virus is real. I know there's people out there saying this is not real. My people are encountering them a lot. People in pharmacy, people in medical industry are encountering those people. This is not real. This virus is real. There is no doubt about this. This virus is real. Where it came from, at this point, it doesn't matter. At this point, it does not matter where it came from, who brought it in. If that's not going to really help us. At this point, fighting this and getting to helping other people is the only way that that's going to help. And in the country that we're in, just promoting one side has not been helpful at all either. And our medical industry is innovative. It has seen so many things and advanced in so many ways. Yet we are being simple-minded and small and thinking this is going to happen in one way and one way is going to fix it. And I am tired of people promoting one side or the other, looking at one way or the other. I get it. You're tired. But don't let your fear, don't let your being wore out, any of that get to you to stop you from seeing the objectivity and the things that you really need to see. Because a lot of you have been clouded and you have been clouded in this circumstance, but going because of one side is saying this is going to work. Like, we need to be real. This is all just an experiment. This is all just finding out how is this virus going to effectively or not effectively be combated, how it can work, how it affects other people. We don't know a lot of things about this virus. And there has been a lot of information to make it as absolutes. I am not a person that's an anti-vaxxer. I'm not a person here to tell you, you need to get it, you don't need to get it. Because in my experience and in the things that I have encountered, there is no one way that is going to work for everybody. There are people out there who have gotten it and felt safe in getting it and are dealing with things like grand mal seizures, are dealing with tremors, or having to be on Keppra for the rest of their life. People that may be paralyzed, people that are getting side effects that you don't hear of because you know what? They're not putting that in the news because that's not important for the message that they want to put out clear. And their clear message here is to say that this vaccine is going to fix everything. And that is where we have fucked up. We have messed up to think that there is one way and only one way to fix this, and that'll clear this out. This virus has clearly shown you that there ain't one way to fix this. And I hope you now are starting to see that there is more to this than one way and trying to push and promote something because everybody else says it's great. Instead of looking at the facts, especially my people in healthcare. You need to look at the facts and look at how healthcare is. Healthcare ain't black and white, and it never has been black and white. Don't get me wrong, there are some advances that have helped millions, thousands, multiple people. But that doesn't mean it helps all. That doesn't mean, get it, benefits outweigh the risk. At this moment, the benefit is no hospitalizations, or less likely to be hospitalized and less likely to die. Great. That's something great for some people. But some people are still dying from getting it and feeling safe in that. And some of y'all actually decided to think that this virus was going to fix so much. And if you get it, you're saving me and my family. When you don't even know the full advances, but you're listening to what one person says or listening to what a group of people are spouting to you rather than looking at a full picture. Because we can't discount those people that have had side effects from the virus. Yes, we can't discount those people that have died from the virus, but we have to remember how this virus started and how it was handled in the beginning has not been effective. How it has been handled the whole way has not been effective. And a lot of people aren't going to agree on a lot of things, but we have to stop bashing each other, telling people, oh, this is conspiracy, oh, this is this, oh, this is that, and look at real facts and look at what things are showing and look at how you can get lost in the sauce yourself. Because one thing is saying, oh, well, I'm in the medical industry, and if they're saying it's safe and effective, that's safe and effective. How many medicines have they said is safe and effective? And there have been problems and there have been issues. They've just put out an Alzheimer's meds right now, FDA approved, and it has given what? Heart attacks, heart issues with people, and more people than not. And now they want to say, we don't know how it slipped through. Come on. We cannot hide from those things because you are fearful and you are worried, or you want your life to go back to the comfortable life it was. When really and truly, was it really that comfortable? Really and truly, were you really happy? Most of the people in the medical industry, y'all ain't been burnt out just because of this. Y'all was burnt out before this started. And y'all need to be real with yourselves. Y'all were going on 10, 12 vacations a year and worn out, or trying to find a new job or trying to find a new hospital thinking that was going to make this better, when our healthcare system needed a lot of work before this pandemic hit. And all this pandemic is showing us how our healthcare system has not served us well. And we need to be real about that. And it hasn't served us well because they've always told us, this works, this is going to change your life, this is going to save your life, and that's all. And that is one part of the narrative, and they have not even been real with people. They want to tell people, yeah, you need to change your diet, especially in the Black community, but the access to changing your diet is harder than not. People who have no transportation can't go somewhere or can't find food that they have access to, don't even know what healthy food looks like because it's not even in their neighborhood, because they're more willing to build hospitals, clinics, corner stores, and give those tax incentives to those people. And when grocery stores come in, like, we're not going to allow that to happen. That's just not going to be. We need to keep this neighborhood as is. There are so many factors in this, and we have to stop looking at things like this is going to fix it. This vaccine and this virus has shown you that this vaccine is not going to fix everything. There isn't one thing in this that's going to fix everything. Mainly, the one thing that's going to fix everything is learning to take care of ourselves. Why isn't that being promoted? Why isn't it being promoted to make sure that you have the vitamins and minerals in eating right? Because that does not help an industry who is really big a part of food and agriculture. That don't help big pharma. That doesn't help capitalism. That only helps one side of capitalism. They're not going to sit here and promote that because that's not them getting what they need to get. And that's a sad reality that we are at, but we need to look at it as the reality it is right now. We can no longer sit aside and be like, well, that's a conspiracy theory, or they're telling those people, y'all need to stop believing that. Get it. But you forget how deep political has been in this. Politics should not have been as deep in this. There should not have been a mandate that, oh, once you get the vaccine, you don't have to wear a mask. Do you know what's going to happen? Do you know how it's going to happen? There shouldn't be a mandate that, oh, if you've had the virus, your natural immunity means nothing, so you need to go ahead and get a vaccine. Even though reinfection is just as rare as somebody who's had a vaccine and gets reinfected. And then to sit here and put the narrative out that, oh, a vaccine is going to fix it all, when those people can be reinfected and those people can spread it and those people can be asymptomatic, not have signs, which allows a virus to live longer because you're not treating the symptoms or anything that's going on to help fight that disease. No, you're not treating it because you don't see any symptoms, because you don't see things that are going on. And that's where we're messing up. To act like because you're vaccinated, you're better, or if you're unvaccinated, you're not in a good enough group. And that is what they're doing. The politics right now is separating us even more. And we said we didn't want it to be separated. We want it to be unified. Well, y'all need to look at, why are y'all getting separated? Just because you have a vaccine don't make you better. Your ass can still get it again. Your ass can still spread it, just like an unvaccinated person. And you don't know what that unvaccinated person has been through in their life to let them and lead them here to that point. Okay, so they did drugs in the past. But you know what? They learned a lesson where they maybe almost died doing drugs, or they maybe almost died following a doctor's orders, or almost something happened in their life to change the trajectory of how they see things. Something woke them up. And we need to see, and then something maybe need to wake you up in order to see that, in order to push things, in order to say, when I see tweets like, well, sea moss ain't FDA approved. Duh, a lot of vitamins and minerals aren't FDA approved. And we can't say they're FDA approved. Most things, it's medical, medicine, and food that are FDA approved. That is considered a supplement, which is usually done by USP or a pharmacopoeia or good manufacturing practices. So stop talking if you don't know. Stop trying to be on the side if you haven't got the full scope of what this is. Even in a 2015 article that shows vaccines have made more virulent strains, have made viruses become more robust because we get vaccines out there and we're not asking people to up the nutrition, the needs that your body naturally needs to do the job that it can do, and not promoting eating right and doing things right for your own body, your own temple. So you say it's your body is your temple. Don't get me wrong. We all ate fast food. We've all done some things, not all. Some of us have done wrong things. But the thing about it is, in this instance, why aren't we promoting people to eat right? People to make sure they're getting enough vitamins and minerals that they may not be receiving from some food because of how the food is being done. Why are we promoting one thing over the other when one thing is not going to eradicate this whole thing or get rid of this whole thing? Get it? A virus has helped out with polio. It's helped out with measles, mumps, rubella. It's helped out with a lot of things. But if you've paid attention, if you're asymptomatic, that gives a virus more time to grow, more time to find a new technique how to fight, to change and mutate to say, oh, I can fight it this way. Because you've given it time, space, and opportunity. And if you want to see the real about masks, look below. Masks are effective. But depending on what mask you were wearing, it'll show you how effective it is. Paper masks are 17% effective, 45% effective for cloth masks that aren't mesh, and 75% effective for an N95 mask, which a lot of people can't get, which has probably protected a lot of our healthcare workers. And healthcare workers, I get it. It's easy to fall into a narrative that feels like it'll allow this thing to be over. But this thing is simple. What's going on now is simple. God allowed this to happen because there's a lot of things that needed to change in healthcare and how we treat one another and how we do things and how we allow big business, government, whoever it is that we are looking for guidance, and how they dictate our lives and how they have limited us and limited the way we see things and how really and truly we are burnt out. Our healthcare system wasn't burnt out again. Again, it wasn't burnt out at COVID or when 2020 hit. It was burnt out before that. How do I know? Because I was burnt out. People at CVS, people Walgreens, people other places, other pharmacies are sometimes gets here just to check a box. You need to get so many flu vaccines this month. How are you to tell me to make somebody go get this much and that much this month? I don't work for CVS and Walgreens, but in rotation, that's some things I found out. You are supposed to get this many recommendations or get this many that, get this many this. How are we going to do that? And is that effective for the patient? Is the patient really getting what they need? And that's where we have messed up. Nobody is any longer getting exactly what they need, getting the things that are needed to have a safe, efficient, great life. We're supposed to be here to live, not just be comfortable. When you get comfortable, you know what? You lose sight of a lot of things. You miss a lot of things, and a lot of people are still stuck in that comfort. And I hope you look past that and see. I hope you look past what is going on right now and see what the real is. There is a lot of truth. There's a lot of facts that aren't coming out. There's a lot of facts like 94.9% as a study based off like over 500,000 people have seen that most of the reasons people are being hospitalized for this vaccine is because of anxiety and fear. Was that media-based anxiety and fear? Obesity, insulin resistance, or diabetes, i.e. high blood pressure. These are all preventable diseases that we're not promoting the prevention for. We're not promoting you need to change your diet. You need to step your game up. This right now is the time for you to step your game up, for you to sit here and really look and assess yourself. Are you doing what's right to take care of your body? Are you working out? Are you getting enough sun? Are you getting the things that your body truly and really needs? Don't get me wrong. Medication has helped so many in society. It has helped me. I'm here because of medication. But it is not the only thing, and it is not the only answer, and that's what we keep looking at. And they keep sitting here giving us that this is going to work. This is going to give for everybody else. And a lot of people fell into that trap. A lot of people have fallen into the trap that, oh, just do this one thing. It's going to work. Really? Really? Have we become that simple-minded, even in healthcare, to see past those things, to not see past those things? Especially if it's supposed to act like the flu. We know the flu vaccine isn't all that effective. And you still need to learn how to take care of yourself, eat right, do the proper things. Get your body what it is deficient in. They've also seen that 80% of the people, and over 80% of the people that are in hospitals, they've seen that vitamin D has been effective, but they're not pushing that. Why are they not pushing those things? Why are they not pushing these other things in conjunction with a vaccine? Because some people may need both. Some people may need one. Some people may need the other. Everything is not going to be one thing or the other, and you're in the good group or not group, and they have done that to us, and y'all have played into this game. And this is not a game. These are people's lives at stake. Then I get it. You can't control everybody. Some people are really going to have some outlandish things that they believe. Some things that they believe that you don't believe in. But even as healthcare providers or people out here who are supposed to have compassion and consideration, if these people are getting on your nerves, block that. If you're hearing all this stuff, get that out. Stop getting caught up in that, because you getting caught up in that is having you get lost in just saying, oh, well, they didn't follow this message, so they're not right. Come on. Who are you to determine? There are so many things that we don't know about this virus. There are so many unknowns. And just because a virus makes you feel safe, just because a vaccine makes you feel safe, it doesn't make other people feel safe. You don't know somebody else's experience in the past. You don't know anybody else's experience with healthcare ever before. You don't know. And for you to speak on that or tell people what they need to do and how they need to do it because it's the only way, that's not the only way. And I'm tired of one narrative being put out. And it is sad that we have to get this way and that so many more people have to die and so many more people's games have to be played with some people, where people now have to see and go in crowds without masks to see, well, maybe this virus just does minimize hospitalizations and hospitalizations and deaths. And if that's great for you, that's great. But are we looking at why are these people truly dying? Are we looking at what's the real deal? That's why people feel like misinformation. That's why people feel like there's only one side and one narrative getting out, and they don't want to deal with the media because a full picture has not been shown. Just like in Israel, when people are trying to put out Israel and other things to show those things, and then they want to mark people saying, look at this real and look at this whole thing as misinformation. Nobody is right or wrong. Don't get me wrong. Those people that are out there saying, well, I don't need to wear a mask, or I don't need to get a vaccine, and a vaccine ain't nothing, it's not gonna hurt, and this disease ain't real. There's a lot of things, but being one-sided in all this, for everybody out there being one-sided, y'all need to check yourselves, because there is no one side, no one size fits all or anything to this. And us getting through this, y'all are making it so much damn harder. Y'all are making it so hard instead of actually thinking for yourself. Going to look, because there is more evidence out there than CNN, Fox News, or other media outlets. There are more things out there, and you need to check those things out. And even if you don't, go look at studies. Go look at doctors who are reputable doctors talking about studies. Other people who are really giving you objective and open advice to really look at what this is. There are plenty of people out there, and y'all need to stop playing the fool, playing the game, or doing because your politician said this, that, and this is how it's going to go. Some of y'all need to step back from the news. Some of y'all need to step back from social media. Some of y'all just need to step the fuck back, because y'all are missing it and seeing it from only one side. Great, it affects one side of your life, but it affects somebody else a different way. And y'all have to be real. Y'all weren't worried about other people. Be real with yourself. Some of y'all weren't even worried about other people. We need this vaccine because it's going to keep my family safe, or it's going to keep this, that, and this safe. You don't even know full information. This is an experiment for all of us. Nobody knows full information of how effective these vaccines are going to be. It might be safe and effective on a general census, but real life showing real life evidence is a different thing. Of when we get into crowds, of what that person and that medicine may be taking, and how that situation may interact. There's a lot of things we're still finding out and figuring out. And for it to be one-sided in one person and us to push one thing and think that that's going to solve it, Y'all are surely mistaken, and y'all are seeing the truth right now. Hopefully y'all are seeing the truth and paying attention to what is going on. And if that makes you feel safe, a lot of people are doing what makes them feel safe. And you can't discount that. And you can't say they're to blame for what's going on in your life or what's not going on. We need to stop looking outside of us and looking at who to blame for something. Because some of y'all are just doing that to avoid what's really going on in y'all lives. The uncomfortable shit y'all are going through that is really affecting y'all's lives, and y'all just want to get back to status quo and what it was, when really and truly y'all probably weren't even that happy in that. There was a lot of things that needed to be changed in that, which is why this has gone down. So stop playing this game. Stop picking one side over the other. Stop saying as one side is better than the other, because y'all aren't being objective. Y'all aren't being open, and y'all aren't even being godlike. So let's be real about it. Saying, oh, they're a bad person because they haven't gotten a vaccine. They don't care about my family. How are you to tell somebody that? How are you to know? If they don't believe in this virus and the vaccine, they'll have to live with maybe dying in their life. And if you feel that something is not safe and not safe for you, maybe you need to get out of that system. Because some people are just in the system for money. Some people have only become doctors and medical professionals for the dollar bill because it felt like a safe and comfortable life. And it takes a whole lot more for some of those people to be on the front lines. It takes a whole lot more compassion, understanding, and seeing to be in this industry. And this is showing you. And it's showing you how it has been clogged up and messed up, and how things have definitely got to change, and you have definitely got to change your thinking. So you know what? I thank you guys for your time. If you don't agree, at this point, I don't really care. You're not going to agree. But I need y'all to wake up, see some things that are going on. See the full picture, because that full picture is not being shown in certain parts of the media. The full picture is being missed in a lot of ways, especially when the full picture has nothing to do when they're just promoting one thing rather than looking at, make sure you're taking care of yourself, making sure you're eating proper foods, making sure you get access to that, which seems like it's 94 to 0.9% of the hospitalizations right now, and a vaccine which can bring other side effects along with this. So please be real with yourself. Please be real in this situation, because sometimes there's a lot deeper things than going on than this, that, then I want to get back to the comforts of my life, or I wanted this, that, and this. That's selfish enough in and of itself. That is selfish enough in and of itself. And if you want to be selfish, cool. That's on you. But don't get mad at somebody else for the way they're being selfish. Don't put anybody else out there because their selfishness is not aligning with the way you want to be selfish. That in and of itself is fucked up. You like it, you love it, you don't, you know who it is. Renata, your friendly and resourceful PharmD. And I hope you get the message loud and clear. Thank you.